Hi guys. So I want to address something, and it has to do with a video that I made a year ago. We were living in the hotels at this time, and it was about a DoorDash driver who demanded a tip when my husband went down to meet him at the lobby to get the food that we had ordered. And this person said some nasty things about me, and this is not really to give this person attention. Even though they will get attention from this, I'm not going to say their name. They know who they are. I just don't understand why people have to be so fucking rude. So there was a comment far above it that basically said, let's see. His problem was that he was delivering your fast food during a pandemic, and the tip is his payment for it. They're not a personal business owner. The delivery fee, that didn't go to him. The food is not from his restaurant or even a location that he works for. It's not unprofessional to be forthcoming about the fact that you deserve to be paid. A tip is not a favor. It is the majority of any money coming in from the job that's then heavily taxed. So that was from the original person who commented. And they basically tried to make me seem like I'm a shitty person and that I don't know anything about the pandemic. I've never worked with COVID patients, anything like that. So I replied to that, and someone else commented underneath my reply saying, keep in mind that tips are optional. Seriously, I don't care if it's a pandemic. If I don't feel like tipping, I won't, period. So then this person who I'm talking about in this video says, to the person that responded, saying, dude, I love you, you're awesome, you said everything I wanted to say. I hate people like this girl in the video, cheap bums. At least have the courtesy to tip $3 or don't order food, period. And then he commented again, addressing it towards me, saying, at my name, people like you I hate to the bottom of my heart. Get your fat ass up and get your own food or stop eating out. You're a cheeseburger away from diabetes, with a bunch of laughing, crying emojis and a pig emoji. Now my thing is, the entire reason why we were ordering from DoorDash is because we were living in a fucking hotel where all we had to cook food with was a microwave. We didn't have the hot plate at this time. And the hotel that we were living in at the time that I made that video, we were not allowed to have a hot plate in the hotel, even if we did. So the only thing that we could do is microwave food. Most of the food that we tried to get was stuff that you didn't need to cook or stuff that you could eat after microwaving. We ate a lot of sandwiches. We ate a lot of salads that we could keep in the refrigerator. And we were struggling. We were homeless. Like I said, living in a hotel. We didn't have very many options. So every once in a while, if I had a little bit of extra money, I kind of splurged a little bit and ordered takeout because I didn't have enough gas to go everywhere that we needed to go. So we ordered something that we didn't normally have the ability to eat. And I just hate how people make you feel like shit about something that they know nothing about. Like, we were homeless. Sorry that the one thing that could bring a little bit of happiness to us on that day was ordering food. I tipped what I was able to. I'm not going to tip somebody who treats me like that. I'm not going to tip somebody who's going to demand a tip. I always put a tip on the order after it's delivered, simply because I've had people, delivery drivers, who have taken items out of bags. The bags are open, the seal is off. So yes, I know that they are supposed to keep the bags sealed. They are not supposed to go into the bags, touch the food whatsoever. But I have had people do it. So I don't tip until I get the food. And I make sure that, my food is there. Obviously, there's restaurant issues, and that's not the delivery driver's fault when it comes to something like DoorDash. But I'm not going to tip somebody until after I receive my food. If the seal is broken and food is taken out, that means that they did not, give me the order that was provided by the restaurant. And I just love how people try to make you feel shit about yourself because I'm overweight. Okay, I know I'm overweight. I've been overweight most of my life. Okay, I am trying to make a healthier version of myself. I'm trying to lose weight. I am actively making an effort to do so. And I don't understand why people think saying something like, get your fat ass up and get your own food or stop eating out. You're a cheeseburger away from diabetes. Okay, do you know how many people don't have the mental capacity, especially now with everything going on in the world, to deal with comments like this in a safe way? There are people who would kill themselves because they are constantly getting put down, constantly being bullied, constantly treated like shit just because they're overweight. Yes, I've made poor diet choices. Yes, I have a food addiction. Yes, I sit here and mindlessly snack sometimes. You know, I am trying to fucking change it. And it's to the point where, like, all these videos I make, I leave the comments on them because I've heard it my whole life. I was bullied in school because I was overweight. I was bullied in school because my hair was short, so people thought I was a guy. So I had my boobs grabbed by a kid in 6th grade because he didn't believe me that I was a girl. And he said, I'm just an overweight boy. So he grabbed my boobs. And then he felt fucking awful about it. I just don't understand why people think that saying stuff like this is going to motivate someone to change. It's not. All you're going to do is make somebody feel like shit. And I don't understand why people get such a thrill out of making people feel like shit. And I love myself way more than I used to. But if I had heard this maybe just a couple of years ago, 2 to 3 years ago, I would have felt super depressed. I would have felt like, why am I even making these videos? Because obviously, you know, I'm just a fat ass who means nothing to the world because of poor dietary choices from the time that I was 18, well, even from the time I was in high school onward. I am trying to make a change, and it's hard when you read comments like this. And I get so many comments about my weight. I made a video that I didn't really even want to post in the first place of me swimming when I went to visit my mom a couple years ago. And I had on a 2-piece swimsuit, and I was so embarrassed about my body because ever since I started getting bullied in middle school, I've been embarrassed about my body. I feel like I have to cover my entire body because I'm not attractive, because I'm fat, because I'm overweight. Even with my stepson, Jacob, I was talking to my husband the other day when he was here, when Jacob was still here, and I had weighed myself, and I weigh 294 right now. And I was like, God, I'm tired of being fat. I said something like that. And Jacob was like, Mom, you're not fat. You're just big. I don't even like being called big. If I am fat, I'm overweight, I'm morbidly obese. I know this. Like, I don't need comments like that. You know, I don't need somebody to say, oh, you're not fat, you're big. No, I'm fat. I'm overweight. I know what I am. Like, I know that I need to make a change. So you sitting here trying to make me feel better about myself doesn't help me either. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm on another level of tired of this shit. Like, also, the comment about you're a cheeseburger away from diabetes, that bothers me simply because there are people who are my size or bigger that don't have diabetes. Just because someone is overweight doesn't mean that they are going to develop diabetes. Most of the females in my biological family are overweight or were at some point. Native American people in general tend to have a lot of obesity going on because of certain foods that are normally included in a regular Native American diet. I'm sorry for ranting, but I don't understand why people have to be so fucking cruel. And excuse my language in this video, but I cannot hold back my frustration and anger anymore. Like, I'm so over it. If you want somebody to lose weight, or you think that they should lose weight in order to be healthier, why not say something positive? Why do you have to say, get your fat ass up and get your own food, or stop eating out, you're a cheeseburger away from diabetes? How does that help me? Other than to make me feel bad about myself and make me feel a little worthless. I've been hearing it since middle school. I've been treated like shit since middle school. What do you get out of it? How do you get a thrill out of talking to somebody that way, making someone feel fucking horrible about themselves? How does that help you? Like, when you say that to somebody, what joy does that bring to your life by putting somebody else at the lowest of lows? I have suffered from depression since I was in 6th grade because of bullying. And like I said, I'm constantly like tugging at my shirt, trying to make sure that my fat arms are covered, that my stomach is completely covered, because of people like this, because of comments made like this to me about my weight. Why can't you positively encourage somebody instead of saying things like this?